Alright guys, this is our day 2 of this Desmos activity on graphing linear inequalities. Today we're going to graph the solutions to a linear inequality in two variables as a half-plane, and we're going to analyze the graphs of linear inequalities to determine solution sets. Let's go ahead and go to slide 11 where we left off. So it says, which of the following points are solutions to the function y is greater than 3x minus 6? So they have a dotted line, which means that any point that's on the dotted line is not going to be a solution. And then they shaded above the line because y is greater than. So everything in this purple area but not on the dotted line is going to be a solution. So let's look at 3, 8. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be right here. 5, 6, 7, 8 right here. So this is going to be 3, 8. And that is going to be a solution. So yes, I'll check mark right there. And then I have 4, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 right here. That's not going to be a solution because it's not within the shaded region. And then I have 0, negative 5, so that's down here, and it's not on the dotted line, it's just before it, so that is going to be a solution. And then I have 0, negative 6. 0, negative 6 is going to be on the dotted line, so that's not going to be a solution. Negative 2, negative 10, if I go to negative 2 on my x, which is right here, and then go all the way down to negative 10, which is down here, I'm within the shaded region, so yes, it is a solution to the inequality. If I go to 2, 0, that's right here, right on my dotted line, so it's not going to be a solution. And then negative 5, 0, negative 5 on my x, 0 on my y, that's right here, so that is going to be a solution. Explain why you answered the point 2, 0 the way you did. Alright, so 2, 0 was right here, it was on the dotted line. Let me take off the pen tool. So because 2, 0, or because the ordered pair was on the dotted line, it was not a solution. Alright, then you can hit submit and it will share with the class. Let's go ahead and look at slide number 12. So slide number 12, you need to go ahead and match the graphs. To do that, you may need to rewrite these. So you're going to have to rewrite these and then match them. And then on the next slide, it's going to tell you if you got it right or wrong, and you can go back and check your work if you got something wrong. You can also use Desmos Graphing Calculator to check your work that way if you'd like. Alright, let's go ahead and look at, it says, which of the following inequalities is 0, 0 a solution? So what we have to do is we have to type in, or we have to write in 0, 0 into these equations and see which one is true. So I have 0 is less than negative 2 times 0, which is going to be 0, plus 1. So I get 0 is less than 0 plus 1, which is 1. 0 is less than 1. And that's true, so I'm going to say that that's a solution. Let's look at this next one. If I plug in 0 for y, I'm going to get 0 is greater than negative 3 times 0, which is 0, minus 2. Or I would get 0 is greater than negative 2. Now 0 is greater than negative 2, so that's true. And then y is greater than x minus 0, so I would get 0 for y is greater than 0 minus 1. And I'm sorry, this is actually greater than or equal to. So 0 is greater than or equal to -2, and that's still true. And then I have 0 is greater than 0 minus 1. So I'm going to get 0 is greater than -1. And 0 is greater than -1, so that's also true. And then you could just click check my answers. This is the work. So it's this one, and this one. Check my answers. And we can see that yes, all of these inequalities, if you graph them, 0 will be a solution for all three. All right, now it says, which of the following inequalities is 2, 2 a solution? I want you guys to do this one. You can use a separate sheet of paper if you need to. All right, now for number 16, it says rewrite in slope-intercept form. You can use the drawing or the text feature if you'd like. So let's first write the problem, and then we're going to try to get this into y equals mx plus b form. So I need to get rid of the x, and I'm going to remember this is a positive 9x. So I'm going to do the opposite of addition, and I'm going to subtract 9x from both sides. Now when I do that, my positive and my negative 9x will cancel. And I'll be left with negative 3y is less than negative 9x plus 18. Now what I need to do is I need to divide by my coefficient to get rid of it. But because it's a negative coefficient, that means my inequality symbol is going to flip. So the -3 and the -3 is going to cancel. And then I'm going to get y is greater than -9 divided by -3 is going to be +3, so I get 3x. And then 18 divided by -3 is going to be -6. So I get y is greater than -3x minus 6. Let's go to the next slide. So it says, which of the following inequalities is 0, 1 a solution? You might want to use a separate sheet of paper. Alright, so it says, which of the following inequalities is 0, 1 a solution? So I need to plug in 0 or 1 for my y. And I need to plug in 0 for my x. So -2 times 0 is 0, so I get 0 plus 1. And then I'll get 1 is less than 1. Now, this isn't true, so 1 is not less than 1, so that is not a solution. And then I have 1 is greater than or equal to 3 times 0 is going to be 0 plus 1. I should have a plus sign right there. There we go. Minus 2. So 0 minus 2 is going to be -2, so I'm going to get 1 is greater than or equal to -2. And since 1 is greater than or equal to -2, I'm going to go ahead and say that's true. And then I have 1 is greater than, x is going to be 0, so I'm going to say 0 minus 1. And in case you're a little bit confused on where I'm getting this, remember that the 0 is my x and the 1 is my y. So I'm getting 1 is greater than 0 minus 1, or I could say 1 is greater than -1. And that's also true. So go ahead and check those, then hit submit. So we're going to say, all right, let's go ahead and look at slide number 18. We're almost done, guys. It says, which of the following are solutions to the inequality? So if you go to the next slide, what I did was I gave you a graphing calculator. So what you can do is you can just type that inequality in to Desmos, and it will automatically graph it for you. And then you can toggle back and forth between the two slides to look at these. So for example, I have 0, 0. So if I look on my Desmos, 0, 0 is right here, and that's not going to be in the shaded region, so I know it's not going to be a solution. Remember, if it's on the dotted line, it's also not going to be a solution. So you can just check your graph that way. And then you guys need to do your exit ticket. Alright guys, make sure you watched part 1 and part 2. Have a great day.